Introducing the new party. We live stream Monday through Thursday 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Into brothers Andrew and Tristan Tate.
The online influencers arrived to Fort Lauderdale last week after years in Romania, where they faced serious charges, including sex trafficking of women. Local 10's Alexis Frazier is in studio this morning with the update.
Well, Eric and Alex, Andrew Tate, he took to X to say he was disappointed by the development after he and his brother were allowed to leave Romania following their 2022 arrest. Well, the brothers, they touched down in Fort Lauderdale last week to the surprise of many, including our state governor, who says the pair is not welcomed here. This morning, Florida's Attorney General opening a criminal investigation into American brothers Andrew and Tristan Tate, who are charged with human trafficking in Europe. The Florida AG saying, based on a thorough review of the evidence, I've directed the Office of Statewide Prosecution to execute search warrants and issue subpoenas in the now active criminal investigation into the Tate brothers. The two social media influencers with millions of followers were arrested in 2022 and indicted in Romania on charges of luring women to that country for sexual exploitation. Andrew Tate, a self-described misogynist, was also charged with rape. They deny the allegations, arriving in Florida last week after Romania suddenly lifted their travel restrictions.
We live in a democratic society where it's innocent until proven guilty.
Governor DeSantis saying the brothers are not welcome in Florida, where one of their alleged victims lives. Andrew Tate, on a podcast Monday, claimed DeSantis is caving to media pressure.
I don't know why Ron's answer wasn't, he has an American passport. The judicial system in Romania, which I know absolutely nothing about, decided to let him fly, and he's flown to his home country.
The Financial Times report the Trump administration pressured Romania to allow the Tates to leave. President Trump has denied knowing anything about it. The British government could also request the brothers to be extradited to face those rape and human trafficking charges there. In the studio, Alexis Frazier, Local 10 News.
Party. Why I like the new party? Number one, it's a group of people that's on a panel. We all have differences, but we all basically still come together at the end of the day. The new party for me is about unity. The new party for me is about educating people to the truth, letting people know what's been going on in our country. With that being said, shout out to the new party, man. We're going to keep it going with y'all.
Welcome to the new party. I'm Nora Christine.
I'm Gray Mars.
I'm K-Dot.
J-Ham.
85 Slim.
And tonight on the new party, we're going to talk about how the deep state and the matrix is going after Andrew Tate. But before we get to that, we'll be talking about Stephen A. Smith. Stephen A. Smith made some news tonight. 85, what's your thoughts on Stephen A. potentially being red-pilled?
I think it's good, man, because he was one of those guys that was going after Trump for a long time, and he woke up. So, I salute that. I don't think he gonna win, but I salute it.
Yeah, and woke up he did. So I'm going to play this first clip where he pretty much goes after the Democrats not learning, and we'll break it down because there was a historic night this week where POTUS, President of the United States, gave his first address to Congress. So let's watch this clip.
Now you see why Stephen A. Smith was in the polls as a presidential candidate? You see what I'm talking about? You see that idiocy right there? You talk about something, people being tone deaf. Why the hell would 22 Democratic senators be literally echoing the same thing and think that would resonate with the American people? All it shows is that the same fabric of our democracy is unchanging. in the eyes of some of these officials, and as a result, the constituency they represent, which is why Donald Trump is in office. What, do I have to come up to Capitol Hill and give you lessons? Seriously, you don't get it? All you did, Elizabeth Warren, Cory Booker, Chuck Schumer. Let's all get together. Let's put this in a prompter, and all together, albeit in separate rooms, we'll grab a microphone and say the same damn thing. And that's what's going to resonate with the American people. And then you wonder why you're no longer in power. You wonder why Trump is in the White House.
So Stephen A. Smith, a poll came out last week that he is the #1 contender for the Democratic Party. I don't know how that's possible, but Gray, you are a lifelong Democrat. What's your thoughts on what Stephen A. Smith is saying about the Democrats?
I mean, I guess it has some truth to it, but I guess with Stephen A. Smith is just a product of Trump, and I feel like the Republican Party doesn't realize they bit of forbidden fruit. I mean, I know Ronald Reagan was a celebrity, but now you just have anybody that can talk, be aggressive, make somebody look stupid. Now they can go run for office. So blame the Republican Party if the next person we see in office is Mel Gibson or somebody else crazy.
It's very possible.
K-Dot, what's your thoughts? Are you going to vote for Stephen A. Smith?
No, Stephen A. Smith is just cashing in on his moment. He's not entirely wrong. I think the Democrats do this kind of like soft messaging. They need to be a little bit harder. I don't have a problem with the way they put their message out. I just think they need to be more direct and to the point. That's what Trump is, and that's what sways these polls in small instances. It's not like his influence is vast. It's far reaching. Like you said, you look at the exit polls, he won swing states by either 1% or 0.5%, albeit he won the 7 swing states, and they underestimated him.
Twice.
But I don't think I think there just needs to be a little more, I don't know who it's going to work against next, because I don't know who the Republicans are going to put up next. You have to base your messaging on who you're talking about. And Trump, you needed to unload your arsenal, and they didn't really do that very effectively, and especially in the time frame they had. So, no, I won't be voting for Stephen A. Smith. And yes, the Democrats need to be a little more tougher on things.
Jay, did you watch the address on Tuesday night?
I just saw highlights of it. I mean, I can only take so much lies in one night. Like, I can only do so much. Like,
okay,
so much propaganda.
Do you think the Democrats were aggressive enough? I mean, they hollered out. They had one removed.
Well, one thing I will say back to the Stephen A. Smith thing is about him being red-pilled is that, and no offense, but left-minded people are less cult-like than right-minded people. So they're more willing to go against their leaders. It doesn't mean you necessarily switching sides. They're more willing to criticize their own. So that's a normal thing on the left. You're more willing to criticize, openly criticize too. It's just a less binary way of thinking. You're not necessarily thinking right and left all the time, this side, that side. You're willing to criticize people that you don't agree with no matter where they are. And I think Democrats, I just think they chose the wrong time to start speaking up, because they've been really quiet, and I think they've just been letting Trump shoot himself in the foot. But I think they chose the wrong time to speak up, because I understand why they didn't stand for the kid with cancer, because Trump just slashed cancer research. That's what they didn't stand for. And Trump's going to pray to kid with cancer while slashing research for the very disease this kid has. So I understood why they didn't stand. I think they just chose the wrong time to start speaking out. And also, too, whether it's Democrat or Republican, I've always been against like the not clapping, the not standing at the addresses. I think it's very childish. Republicans do it also. I just think it's a wrong message. I think, and I'm not blaming just Trump, but I think the last, 8-10 years, our country politics has become very childish and very immature, and to the point where it is embarrassing. I just think that we should just keep our formalities, and then, when you want to speak your own, you have so many outlets to do that. You have your own Twitter, you have the news. I just think it's the wrong platform for either side to start speaking up and just not clapping and not standing. I just think it's really immature and childish.
Yeah.
for either.
So, I have to say I agree with you, but I have to disagree that it's just the right doing it. The left, you had Jasmine Crockett coming out this week cursing, literally standing outside the Congress, cursing and carrying on. 85, what do you think about the behavior of the left? I mean, where do you think that's going to happen? What are you predicting? Do you think 2026 is going to be red, or do you think it's going to go back blue?
Well, first off, on this day of March 6th, 2025, I'm going to say this is the first time I'm going to agree with K-Dot.
Oof.
And I'm saying
Miracles
that
do happen.
Yeah, he did say something, and that I definitely 100% agree
It's
with him on
Thursday.
that.
He agrees with you.
Now, with that being said, Stephen A. Smith is he's showing you where the Democrat Party has to turn. They really have nowhere to go but celebrity factors. They lost everything. Will he win? Not a chance in hell. There'll be another candidate to pop up somewhere with more experience, obviously. But what he's been saying, I want to say the past 6 months, has really shocked me, because I couldn't stand Stephen A. at first, because I seen he was falling into the rhetoric, and he was all about going against Trump. He had no real reason, but when he woke up, it was really, really powerful for me,
He still
because
hates
I was
Trump.
one of those dudes, huh?
He still doesn't like Trump.
Yeah, but he respects him. It's difference.
He does
Big
respect
difference.
him. He says, he
Yeah.
has said
So at the end of the day, that's really the main thing that I love about Trump, because let's keep it real, right? We live in this country where we were all basically brought up on, we don't have to like a MF if we got to make money with him. We all have that mindset as American citizens. I swear we do. You might not like it. It is what it is, but that's a fact, right? So why doesn't that play into this situation? That's how I look at it. Because at the end of the day, I didn't like Trump either. But then when I seen what he was doing, I'm like, wow. And like you said, Jay, I got tired of the lies. I got tired of all of that the Democrats has promised, and I got tired of it. I grew up on Democrat policies. So I see different now, and I see that America is a stronger country, and it's nothing we can't accomplish if we put our mind to it. So that's all that Trump is trying to tell us. But the situation with Stephen, I respect him as a journalist as well. I don't think he should be talking about all sports, because he ain't played like none of them. But
he talks about MMA, which
it's things like that pisses me off. So it's kind of like, I know the Democrats are smart enough not to vote for that guy, because they know he would take the paycheck to do whatever it takes to troll or whatever. That's just how Stephen is. So if you know Stephen, you just look at him like a Stephen A. You're not going to take him seriously.
Right.
And let's not forget that Ben Carson was ahead of Trump like the most of 2016.
Yeah.
True. And the
Carson.
pizza guy,
Oh,
the one
yeah.
that is unalive now. Remember he went to the rally and he shouldn't have, and he got the COVID. Anyways.
Oh boy, yeah, I remember.
Yeah. All right, guys. So it's interesting to see what's going to happen next week, or at some point. I am going to do a breakdown of Gavin Newsom. It's interesting. He switched his positions, but more to come on that. But tonight we are going to be talking about Andrew Tate and the Matrix. Andrew Tate was able to return to Florida this week. He touched down and he's gone already. He said, I have weeks to be here. They can do whatever they want, because Ron DeSantis, well, let's see how he welcomed him. He didn't really welcome him much, and we'll get into more why if you're not familiar with him. So let me play this clip on what Ron DeSantis had to say.
No involvement in that. I read about it through the media. Clearly, the federal government has jurisdiction, whether they want to rebuff his entry into the United States, and I have confidence that whether it's Pam Bondi or Kristi Noem, that they will be looking at that. I do know our Attorney General, James Uthmeyer, is looking at what state hooks and jurisdiction we may have to be able to deal with this. But the reality is no, Florida is not a place where you're welcome with that type of conduct in the air. And I don't know how it came to this. We were not involved. We were not notified. I found out through the media that this.
Gee, I wonder why he's not welcome. Gray, what did you think about when Andrew Tate touched down in Fort Lauderdale, Florida last week?
As a Floridian, I mean, I was kind of like shocked, but anybody that's against Ron DeSantis, I know Andrew Tate has a horrible resume, but if he's going against Ron DeSantis, I don't know. I might have to say, hey, Andrew Tate, go ahead and get him. Do what you got to do.
85, he was supposed to speak at a young Republican rally. I don't think that took place because of the protesting against him. Would you have attended such a event as a Republican?
Yeah, I mess with Andrew heavy. I just think, I think it's an ego thing, to be honest with you, between Ron and him. And I think Ron is on some troll BS because that's just, he's trying to get points somewhere. I just see he's trying to get some points. But at the end of the day, he's the governor. Andrew's Andrew. It is what it is. So I respect it either way, but I still think it's an ego thing. I think it's like a tug of war going on.
Oh, okay. Well, for those of you who don't know who Andrew Tate is, I'm going to play this clip to remind everyone, and then I'll let J and K Dot respond. Yeah, Andrew Tate has a webcam business, and it's how he got his millions and millions of dollars. Let's watch this.
Is the most important girl. My first girl was so good, it was easy. So, Vivian here.
If you're new in this channel, I'm a cam model, and webcamming is what I do.
That's how it started. I met Vivian in Slovakia.
I'm from Slovakia.
We had a long-term relationship thing. I was living in England. I moved her to England to be with me, to start doing my webcam company. She's completely head over heels in love with me. She wants kids with me, everything. And we met and we fell, whatever, we're in love.
I have lived with Andrew for years and years.
So Vivian's been with me 6 years.
So he's been with Vivian for 6 years, right?
Vivian's like 21.
Vivian's 21. And at this point, he's been a girlfriend for 6 years.
Vivian's younger.
It means that they met when she was 15 years old.
Yes, the woman he has been up, it was nothing but a sex play. Consensual.
My friend, take a look. Show everyone how pretty you are. Get on your knees and show everyone how pretty you are. Look at the camera. Show everyone how pretty you are. Show the camera your tattoo. What does it say?
Tate.
Why does it say Tate?
Because I'm his whore.
You are my whore.
I've been camming for the last 4 years. Next year is the 5th year. And I currently live in Bucharest, Romania.
Police have raided Andrew Tate's home in Romania, investigating allegations of human trafficking, the trafficking of minors.
Coming from somebody who lived with him for years, he is not a human trafficker.
I've got my main bitch, my bottom bitch, Vivian. I moved her to England to be with me, to start doing my webcam company, which I started. If you don't have a webcam company, you need to look into it, because as soon as you have a couple girls in love with you, it's the fucking easiest money in the world. No, I take that back. It's not easy money. You got to build it up, but once you get girls built up, then it's free money.
Jesus Christ. This is who conservatives are looking up to, folks. And I'm telling you, as a conservative, I'm ashamed and appalled. Jay, what's your thoughts? Is he guilty, or is this all a sham and going after him?
I say if anyone's guilty of human trafficking, it's probably Andrew Tate. He openly admitted to getting young girls to fall in love with him to start camming. But I just will say, I think Andrew Tate is not so much anymore, because I feel like he's kind of fallen off, but he's just spearheading the radicalization of young men into hating women and resenting women. Whenever anybody comments on any of my videos and asks me and it's a question that just pops up a lot. It's dude, how do you blah blah blah, talk to women, blah blah. I'm the number one thing you should do is just watch Andrew Tate and do the opposite of that. Just do not do that. Do not be a fake alpha that just absolves yourself of any responsibility, because all Andrew Tate's going to tell you, dude, you're fine. Women don't like you because they're gold diggers, or women don't like you because you don't have enough money. Women don't like you because anything but Andrew Tate absolves you of anything but you is the problem. And that's what I kind of hate about this fake alpha culture and all these fake alpha podcasters. Even Joe Rogan's kind of drifted that way lately. And that's just my problem with you radicalize young men basically to hate women because they start to resent them because, oh, like instead of working on themselves just to become an overall better person, like, well, I'm fine, you're just a gold digger, or you're just like this specific thing that I don't have. And that's just what bugs me about the whole like fake alpha culture, like Andrew Tate.
Gray, what's your thoughts?
Fun fact, me and Ron DeSantis went to the exact same high school, but he was there obviously way before me. I think Andrew Tate is just wild. I mean, I agree with Jay because I've heard young guys personally go down the rabbit hole, listen to Andrew Tate, especially if they're having a problem with women. And I've said this before. This is why we have, like, I forgot what the incel guys, these guys,
it's bad.
Those guys, then they go commit violence on women because they can't get the women that they want.
Hey, Dot, does Andrew Tate have a future in politics? Is it the Matrix after him? What do you think?
I don't know. I mean, we got a 34-time convicted felon who's been also found liable for sexual assault sitting in the White House right now. He's a pig. He's gross. And that's just Donald Trump. I'll talk about Andrew Tate now.
I knew you were talking about Trump the whole time.
Yeah.
I knew you were.
If America has any soul left, he will never touch an actual office.
I don't know if we do.
Hey, I don't know if anyone's dumb unless he makes a big swing.
If Trump can win, Tate can win. I'm sorry, that's just the God's honest truth.
I don't think so.
That is the truth.
Tate is not that liked. Trump has been around for a long time. He had a lot of pull, a lot of sway, a lot of cultural relevance. That's why he was scary. He made big waves out of nowhere in 2016 when he first ran. Like, you know what I mean? He got that pull. I don't think Tate has that pull. He's very gross. He's super involved in a situation that, like, they couldn't even tie Trump to. They couldn't even tie Trump to with his legal issues. So Trump was able to skate by. I don't think Andrew Tate has that much. There's not a PR team in the world that can make that spin. And if he does, I'm officially moving to Mexico.
Canadian.
Yeah, you can have my citizenship. If Andrew Tate ever holds office, I'm letting my citizenship
go. I don't think it'll be here, guys. He's trying to get it in UK, to be clear. He has dual citizenship between here and the UK, which is why he was able to touch down and land here. I want to play this clip where he responds to the video that I just played. Let me play it, and then I'll have 85 go first because I know he's probably the only one that's going to defend him tonight. Here we go.
Girl, when the what do you call it, the belt, that when you got kicked off of Big Brother or whatever it was in 2016, but that video is from 2012. 10 years ago, he's 25.
Tell me you love me. Say it like you mean it. Say it like you mean it. You message one other guy ever again, whether we're together or not. You understand me? Do you understand me? Say it then. Say I understand. Say it like you.
A extreme method of sexual,
consensual
sex that, it is what it is. The video with him and his girl when, the what do you call it? The belt.
All right, 85, how you defend it? Let's hear it. Let's hear it.
No, first off, I don't condone any PDFs. I don't do. What I like about Andrew Tate is the confidence. One thing, this internet thing is crazy because a lot of people, they gravitate to it. They believe a lot of things on the internet. Andrew Tate was one of those dudes that just kind of like shocked me as I was learning about personalities and what guys are doing to make money on the internet. And it was to a point where I just thought he was just a guy just trying to be motivational. Never really looked into him or nothing like that. This is new as opposed to coming out now. So that leads me to believe, yes, it's something regarding the deep state, something regarding the Matrix. So somebody doesn't want him to win for a reason. So that's when this information starts to come out. It happens a lot of times in politics. It's like one moment they're on top, the next moment they used to smoke crack. It just happens that way. And I don't know why, but somebody always finds dirt. So at this time, I just feel like that's a situation that he's dealing with. And he's going to have to figure out a way to make it happen, or he ain't going to get nowhere in politics. But as opposed to judging him, I can't judge nobody, because they would have been brought this up a long time ago.
Well, it's funny you say that. This is a clip of Candace Owens defending him. She did a emergency stream the night that they started coming out against him.
Well, it's not Christian, it's not this, he's a bad guy. And suddenly everybody wanted to look into Andrew Tate. That I watched that happen live, okay? So any person who would like to debate me on that, who is a neocon, who is pretending that they've held these perspectives about Andrew Tate forever, since the investigations began, please, I invite you to have that conversation with me, because you're all lying, okay? Let's not dress this up as something that it isn't. This is about Andrew Tate saying something that you don't want him to.
So part of why they're saying that the deep state's after him is his harsh. I will say this, he was one of the first celebrities or people of influence to come out in support of Gaza. So they're trying to say because he's a Muslim now, because he supported Gaza, that's the reason why. Jay, what's your thoughts? Do you think that has anything to do with it?
Do you guys ever and I'm just genuine question, ever just think for a second, maybe the deep state thing, maybe these people are just bad. Maybe they're just bad people. And
Two things
everything
can be
is
true.
true. And you're just bad people, and not necessarily everyone's always out to get someone. I genuinely just think Andrew Tate is a sadist, very clearly. He's a sadistic person. He's a sadist, and he exploits people to make money. And I think it's just simple. It's not complicated. It's not a deep state. It's not a conspiracy. He's just a bad person. And he is a bad person that got rich and used his money to do more bad things to make more money. That's why he went to Eastern Europe, where the girls are notoriously preyed upon to do adult videos and to do camming. Eastern Europe is almost ground zero for it. That's why he went there from the UK. Did he physically force girls onto a plane and get them to Romania? Probably not, but that's not what trafficking is. Trafficking is using any sort of coercion to get people from one place to another to exploit them for something. And did he probably do that? Absolutely. And to doubt it is probably you just haven't paid attention at all.
Yeah, and let me play this clip where they go into detail about how he defended Gaza, and then I'll have K-Dot respond next.
I never supported DeSantis for president. I just saw right through him. It was very obvious to me that he was not his own man, which is to say that he moves according to what his donors want. And because every single person that I don't respect, meaning the neocons who have never supported Trump, got behind DeSantis and were passionate about him or fighting for him, made me go, you know what, that's a man that I can't trust. I don't know who's running that campaign or who's running his ideas, but it's not Ron DeSantis, okay? Yeah. And so what I think happened was, as soon as you landed, because we saw it happening live on X, I mean, neocons were saying crazy stuff. They were saying, deport him. I'm like, what do you mean deport? We didn't even deport Jeffrey Epstein. And he got convicted of crimes. By the way, I should mention, in Florida, when he just got house arrest for actually crimes against
Epstein
minors.
is a citizen.
That all happened in the state of Florida. And I have never seen that same group
Candace
of
Owens is a
neocons
moron.
radically speaking about Jeffrey Epstein.
She's a
nothing.
mess.
They're silent about all those matters, but they freak out about you. I saw it happening live. And then now you're telling me that as soon as you landed in the state of Florida as an American citizen, the state rolled up and seized your electronics. Under what pretext? What did they say to you?
Well, exactly right. It's kind of it's very, very interesting. They fear me so heavily. They talk about me like I am the devil incarnate, and I've never been convicted of any crime anywhere on the planet ever. They fear me because of my political power. They fear me because I can galvanize the masculine youth in any direction that I believe fit. And I serve our commander in chief. I believe in all of the prepositions of Donald Trump. If Donald Trump believes Byron is going to be a better governor of Florida than DeSantis' wife, I'm likely going to agree with him. And I guess that's why they decided to attack me. When I landed, the customs officers sat there and said, we have to go through all of your phones and all of your laptops. And I said, why?
Oh man, poor Andrew Tate. Oh man. Poor guy. So just to give you backstory, Kate, before you answer, her husband is good friends with Andrew Tate. This is where this is going back to. Who knows? Birds of a feather flock together. Maybe she's worried the husband's next, especially since she's going after Macron and his wife or husband, whatever. Anyways, what's your thoughts on the things that she's saying and being a conservative, and defending this creep?
Exactly as you said, she's a conservative. She's defending the very things that they yelled and screamed about and projected onto the Democrats for years. He's hurting children. He's like you saw in the video prior. It was 15 years old with that girl Vivian, I believe her name is. I don't know what her angle is in protecting a man who would exploit women for crimes that they would say the deep state are committing constantly. She's a pusher of that ideology, right? She dabbles in those conspiracy theories about these things, and to do this total flip to protect Andrew Tate, I don't know it. I don't know what that is. I don't know what she's scared of, what she's worried about. I don't like this whole. I don't know how much she paid her to give him this positive PR. But again, I don't think it does anything for him because he's guilty of these crimes. He's admitted it multiple times, and I hope they just lock his ass away because he is in fact a monster. And I don't know how to put it up. He's just a bad person. He is the devil incarnate, like he said. So,
can I ask you guys a question about Candace Owens?
Sure.
Do you think she'll ever come out like the way of Stacey Dash one day and said, yes, I'm a conservative, but basically I was paid to be the angry black woman my whole career? Like I didn't necessarily believe all that stuff.
When she's done.
When the husband leaves her. When she's desperate and the husband leaves her, which I'm sure he will, because she's on baby number 4. She, as you can see, her face is full right now. She's on baby number 4, spouting out this bullshit, and she's pregnant with a little girl, I believe. So you have one girl, you have one little girl. It's okay when he does this to other little girls. It's okay when he does this to other women. But as long as they put me on a pedestal because I'm Candace Owens, listen, it's disgusting. I'm not a feminist, but we have to protect other women. I don't understand why that's so hard. Why is that a hard concept? I don't get it. You want to protect men going into women's sports, which I already told you guys my feelings on that, but then protect all women in all situations, not when it's convenient. And that to me is the sickest part of all. 85, do you have any reaction to what K-Dot said?
No, I want to know why the Democratic Party voted against the women's sports thing.
Oh, the trans
That's
thing.
A good question.
Yeah, they all voted against.
It's not a real issue. It's like less than 0.0001% of athletes are trans.
All right.
I'll answer you.
Hold on. Wait.
All right, go ahead.
I know you're about to get rah.
No, we're not.
Let me tell you. I got that question. My next question is, at the speech the other night, they all wore pink. Why did they wear pink?
I don't know what that was about. I'll be honest with you.
No,
It was about the men and women's sports thing.
Mia said what it was.
It was for fighting for women's rights, right?
Yeah.
Right.
The same party voted against women's rights. Literally.
They didn't vote against women's rights. They voted against discriminating specifically trans people, where it's not an issue. Like 0.00 like something percent of athletes are trans, and you're gonna blow up this fake issue for no reason.
No, but see, that's the thing. You guys look at it as it's not an issue. It
not an issue.
always starts small.
No,
then it gets bigger.
Republicans are incessantly obsessed with trans people, and I don't know why. Like they started that bathroom thing for no reason when it was never an issue.
Because
it's an obsession.
We are here now, just like back
and they're
in the days,
obsessed with private parts also, which is a real thing.
It's a big issue now.
So it's not a big issue.
Still 0.00 something percent of athletes are trans.
No.
Like
if we're looking at it,
women are not comfortable with men being involved with their space, bro. You cannot sit here and try to make me believe that that's a fucking fact.
There are some women who don't like it. There are some women who have taken on the challenge of battling trans athletes. You can make the argument for both, but at the end of the day, it's not to allow y'all to build this platform, to allow a Republican to build a platform on less than 1% of the population. It's asinine. When people in red states are the most hungry, are the most uneducated, are the most underpaid, are the most overworked, and they have the least amount of mobility.
All of that is being worked on as well, K-Dot. All of that is being
worked on. Slash Medicaid.
You just pause for a second. The thing that's interesting to me.
I want to add
something. You can add something. Go ahead.
So there's a philosopher called Friedrich Nietzsche, the German philosopher. and he said something profound on everything that you guys are saying. He said that there are two types of people: those that want to know and those that want to believe. And Trump took the full capacity of that situation and put like, people want to believe this, so I'm going to put this out here because I know people are going to just completely eat this up because people want to believe this.
Listen.
Well, it's funny though today. I don't know if you guys saw the clip. Gavin Newsom, who was one of the main proponents of trans rights in America, in California. Did you hear what he said today? I should play the clip, right?
Play the clip.
I'm going to play the clip because I want everyone to see who you guys may have as your candidate on the right or the left, coming up, because he's a flip-flopper. Let's watch this.
So like you right now should come out and be like, you know what? The young man who's about to win the state championship in the long jump in female sports, that shouldn't happen. You as the governor should step out and say no.
No, and I appreciate
but like, would you do something like that? Would you say no men in female sports?
Well, I think it's an issue of fairness. I completely agree with you on that. So that's easy to call out the unfairness of that.
So like you right now,
he completely agrees.
We all agree.
So
we all agree on that.
Sports should be fair. No one said they shouldn't.
Yeah, no one should. Listen, if you ask any Democrat who says trans people, if you ask any a Democrat, a person who believes trans people should be in sports, right? Especially when it comes to combat sports, we will all recognize there's a distinct advantage when you are not on hormone therapy. If you still have a certain amount of testosterone in your body, you still have a certain amount of muscle mass. There's just a 230, not even a 235 pounder. I don't even know if women's combat sports get up to that high. So like a 150 bantamweight type fighter in a women's league, it has nothing on a 150 bantam fighter in a men's thing, right? And if you identify as trans and you go in and you're not on hormone therapy, there's 0.1% chance you're going to survive that. But there is a way to possibly make this fair, and we need to invest in that. I don't understand why. Like, it's a fairness thing. We know that. Do we have answers for it? Not to my knowledge, but is there a pathway to understanding this better? Yes. We just can't just say no and leave people to just do nothing. That makes sense.
I know Slim about to respond, but Nora, look up Andrew Schultz says Charlemagne the God calling Democrats pretentious. That's a better clip about this. But go ahead, Slim.
Jay, do you have children?
Yes.
Boy, girl?
Girl.
K-Dot?
Yes, I have 2 kids, boy and a girl.
Boy, girl?
Boy and a girl, yes.
Gray?
I have 2 girls.
Okay. Nora, I know you have children. Okay.
Yeah, boy and girl.
I have 2 boys. I have 2 boys and a little girl. Well, she's not my little girl. She'll always be my little girl, but I'm sure you guys know what I mean. But I don't understand, bro. Like, what I'm trying to do is really, really understand. Me, if I was to go to my daughter's school to pick her up, and she tells me, Dad, I got tackled by a boy in school today, and he's on my team with the girls' football team or the girls' whatever, I'm going to lose my brain, bro. I'm going to lose my mind. For the simple fact, it's my little girl, and a boy is allowed to tackle her because now he's allowed to play in women's sports or whatever sport it is, and she gets hurt by the boy. As a father, I'm going to lose my mind.
Girls and boys play together in school all the time. That's a non-issue.
What girls' sport is tackling?
I'm just talking about in general. Like, Trump brought it up at the speech with the volleyball scenario with the young lady that I guess a guy hit the ball and it messed up her eye or whatever. Yeah, I mean, something like that. Like, even things like that is what I think about, bro. Like, just in general, men and women are different. I understand the competitiveness. There's tennis, there's volleyball, there's things like that. There's pool, for Christ's sake. But there's certain things that they just don't match up, like boxing, and, you know, they shouldn't be in the gym with boys. I mean, let them do their thing. They develop and they have breasts. These are things they got to be protected on. We can't allow boys to just come into a female space and think that it's okay, bro.
So Slim,
I'm not cool with that.
I know Jay had something to say, but my question to you, Slim. So that's what you thought about when you checked Trump off. Girls.
No, that's not what I thought about. It just makes sense to me. Whoever, if Joe Biden would have said that, I would have been cool. But it's funny how none of the Democrats think logically. None of them.
What is logic? You're taking one scenario.
1 plus 1 is 2.
Let's hold on. You're taking
That's logic.
You're taking one scenario where a little girl unfortunately got hurt from an athlete who happened to have maybe a physically superior set of skills, right? Whether that have been strength, speed, whatever. We understand there's some risk and injury to that, but that's like saying you're okay with it if another girl hurts another girl, or if another boy hurts another boy, and they're in the same sport, right? Because it's gender versus gender. You're seeing it as, okay, if a little boy plays with little girls and hurts a little girl, you're worried that they're going to get hurt. I understand that part, right? Mm-hmm. But the answer is not to abandon everybody and just say no. That can't be the answer because of the mental issues it causes, the societal effect it has. You can't just leave people in any situation who are expressing themselves through a situation that we don't understand because we haven't put the science and money into it, and just say they'll be okay. They've already started lashing out. You've seen it. They've done school shootings. They've attacked people. They're high on suicide rates. We can't just leave. Trans kids, when they have a high trafficking rate as well. They end up on the streets as underage sex workers.
The current Republican plan for trans people is to let them.
I'm gonna land right here. And if you care about kids and how, regardless of what they're going through, if you believe it's a real thing or not, there's a healthier way to deal with them. And we need to invest in that because the outcomes are already in front of us. We have all the data. What happens when you ignore them? Leaving them to just be ignored is not an answer. I'm sorry. It can't be that way.
Go ahead, Jay. You wanted to add something? Because I got something real quick.
I just want to say, the current Republican plan for trans kids is the same as it was for, gay kids in the 80s, which is to let them unalive themselves. Don't acknowledge you. You don't exist. You're not a person. And that's why their suicide rates were so astronomically high in the 80s and 90s, just like trans kids' suicide rates are so high now.
Yes.
Okay.
Imagine not being acknowledged as a person. And then they had the nerve to say that just acknowledging their existence is grooming kids. That's nuts. Acknowledging something exists is not grooming a child. Gay kids were exposed to straight propaganda their entire lives.
What I'm saying, Jay, is that they try to make it normal, bro. It's not normal. Okay?
It is normal to be trans.
And I'm gonna elaborate to K-Dot's point when he was talking about the logic. You said I'm taking one scenario. I'm gonna give you another scenario. How they all see the logic. They don't even see it. The border, for Christ's sakes. The border, when people are coming into our country, all of the Democrats have no clue why that is bad. All of them. Not one Democrat understands that these people are illegal and they shouldn't be here. That's logic. Period.
Nor you the Republican, tell Slim the numbers.
That's subjective.
What numbers? For the border?
With Trump.
Right now, the numbers are dismal as far as deportation. However, the counter to that is the encounters have gone down because less people are trying to come in. But I think the reason why the numbers are not where they're at is we don't have the resources to do mass deportation. So my counter to that is, well, we should be thinking of pathway to citizenship for these people and fixing the immigration system we have.
Again, we're going back to mass deportation. We need to focus on the problem. Is the problem mass deportation or is the problem the border?
Slim, somebody said, why are you pivoting? Somebody said you're pivoting.
I'm not pivoting off of nothing. I'm just wanting to know which one is really the problem.
I want to get back to Andrew Tate. A fan had a question in the chat. They said, do MAGA respect Andrew Tate? I said, I personally don't. 85, do you respect Andrew Tate? Someone who's a loyal fan of ours asked that.
I don't respect him with the 15-year-old thing because, again, I'm just finding that out. But what I knew about Andrew Tate prior to that, I always respected his moves.
But how do you view him going forward?
Going forward, I mean, if that's true, right now it's all allegation, and I was going to state that too. This is all opinion based. You know what I mean?
It's not opinion based. They've already done the research.
So why he's not in jail?
Because they haven't convicted him yet.
Okay, so when he gets convicted, because he's innocent until proven guilty, unless you're the one that's going to convict him.
Okay, let me ask you a question. I'm just going to pose it to you like this: if you see a man on if you see a man
You
on
emailed it?
if you see a man on
Okay.
video doing something inappropriate with a minor, do you have to wait until he's convicted of the crime to lose respect for him?
I'm not going to say I'm going to lose respect for anybody. What I'm going to say is right now, that's something that's allegations.
I'm asking you what you would personally do. If you saw
me
video
personally, I don't respect it at all. Like I said, I have a daughter.
So how do you view him? If you've seen the video of him playing with a 15-year-old, how do you view him?
But see, that's what I'm saying. You guys are, what country was it? Like you guys are looking at things differently.
We're gonna help you out, Slim. Play the clip.
Slim, is your argument that the age of consent is different there?
No, I'm not. Argument is you guys are blowing this shit up. Like, you know what I mean? Like, until this man is convicted, it is what it is. I don't agree with it. Absolutely not. But all the other fucking accolades this man has basically put out there, nobody ever brought this up. So now it's a really, really big thing, and I'm supposed to make an opinion on him immediately? Are you kidding?
Well, let me play the clip that Gray wants me to play to break this up a little bit. Okay, here we go. Can y'all see? Okay.
Charlemagne say about the Democratic Party?
This is the problem with Democrats. You can be weird or you can be pretentious, but you can't be both. And Democrats are weird and pretentious. For example, remember when there was like these stories of like the drag queens teaching kids how to read?
Yes.
And if a dad or mom goes, yo, what the? Why are there drag queens teaching kids
Don't
how
call
to
me
read?
homophobic,
Thank
transphobic.
you.
None
Yo,
of that shit.
explain that shit. I'm telling you, hey, I don't understand this and it makes me feel a little uncomfortable. And you're going, no one really cares about this. This is not a big deal. Right. What is you
It's
care about
it's like shut up and dribble. It's
Shut your mouth and dribble.
mean?
And the second you do that to the majority of the country, which is what you're doing, they start going, man, fuck these guys. Trump, fix this whole shit. These motherfuckers went too far. I can't even ask a question. When I do, they act like I'm stupid.
Listen to what Andrew Schultz and Charlemagne.
So Slim, is that how you feel?
Exactly. That's straight logic, bro.
I
That's
hate
all
this.
it is.
God, I hate it. I hate it so much.
It's all we always want to pinpoint and make everything so damn hard and complicated. It's logic. It's two genders. That's why I say there's the old Democratic Party and then there's the new Democratic Party. They all messed up. So I'm cool with the old Democrat Party. I was talking about that with you the other day, Gray. I respect it because, again, my family was Democrats. Today, they all messed up here. Everything crazy is normal. Just like your Brody said, it's like it's weird. Like we really arguing over two genders.
Well,
like
science
we're
would say
really
there's more than
making
two
this a
genders.
big thing. Science. Here we go.
No, seriously, my anatomy book right now, I can get it because there's people that are born with XX, XY, XXX. There's people
There
that
we
are
go.
born with
What happened to the
XXY.
one? But the 1% thing don't matter when it comes to that, right?
What?
Yeah, remember the little 1% thing that you're basing your ideologies off
No,
of 1%.
he's telling you
of
that
the
there's
whole
more than one
population.
gender. He's
That's all I'm
telling you
saying.
that there's more than one gender.
It's two genders.
No, there
male
isn't.
and female.
On a
I can get the
science,
book right
that's
now.
sex. That is.
I don't care about science.
You're okay. So
My
you're
point
talking-
That's the typical MAGA right there. There
My
it
point
is. You
is-
said it. You said it. That's
No,
typical MAGA.
my point is,
there it is.
when
Thank
we
you.
mentioned the boys and girls sports,
done
you
forever.
said that it was wrong for me to take one little thing that's a small percentage and make it null and void for everyone. Isn't that similar to what you stated?
what I'm saying, what I said, and what Jay
No,
said.
give me the yes or no,
Yeah,
though, bro. Give me the
because
yes or no.
No, this is why I can't give you the yes or no, because MAGA and conservatives have a
Wow.
problem understanding context and nuance. You guys struggle with this so bad.
So try logic.
I'm trying logic. What Andrew Schultz does is misrepresent Democrat reactions. Yes. Do the Democrats sometimes come off as snobbish and like kind of looking down, looking at you in a looking down at you? Sure. They do that, right? But what we're saying is the 10 conversations we had with conservatives before that were, hey, they're just trying to introduce kids to different people in the world to get them used to them. A drag queen or a trans person being a teacher or a book reader, it's just like how they would have black people go into schools during desegregation to get them used to the idea that, hey, this person isn't going to hurt you or do something to you because of the color of their skin. It's the same thing.
I hate those analogies.
I'm not
I don't like those analogies.
I'm not
I'm going to draw the line right there.
Laura, listen, Laura, give me
because
2 seconds.
I don't like when the LGBT community
Mhm.
compares their struggle to black people. It's not the same.
Struggle. I'm not comparing the struggle. What I'm saying is the science of the outcomes are the same. So when black people had desegregation and we started putting black people in white spaces, white people learned, hey, this is the propaganda against black people isn't true. They're not criminals. They're not violent. They're not going to hurt me. They're not stupid. They're not all these things. In fact, they're really good people. Now, when we talk about gay people and trans people being in spaces with children and others, they're not predators. They're not pedophiles. They're not groomers. They're not all of the bad things that people label them to be. This is why we put people in the front of society so you can see them as a whole. That's what I'm not comparing the struggles. I'm saying it worked once with black people in this country. It'll work again when we put these people to the front of the line and show you that all of the negative things we say about them aren't true. That's what it's about.
I want to ask Nora Slim a question because I'm more in the middle. So us as Democrats say, okay, no more gay stuff. We're not rocking with it anymore. Are y'all going to vote for the Democrats?
No.
I mean, no. I mean, it's
Right.
more to it
Because
than
I don't
just
like
that.
this. I don't like this Democrat.
It's more
I
to
don't.
it than just that.
It's more to it than that. It's a demonic agenda. The things that they put to divide us, to put us down about our race. Because I'm black, because I'm a woman, I need to vote this way. No, I don't like this Democratic Party. So no, I will not vote for them. Maybe no.
And it's like, I mean, I'm the same way, man. The division is killed us, man. And it's like we literally, I mean, let's just think about it. Like there's people that talk so bad about this man. Whether you're negative about Trump or positive about Trump, Trump has gave you context. Trump has made you money. Trump has gave you.
When did this happen?
For
I would like to
everything
be
you've
there.
been talking about, like you're here because
is
we
this
have a basically because of the president.
The guy just rambles. He literally rambles until he can't ramble anymore.
Nora, did you get any context the other night while watching him talk for 2 hours straight? Did you get any context?
No.
Nora,
What I'm saying is this. See, look at you guys. You guys are overlooking what I'm trying to tell you.
This is the thing. The Democrats' behavior distracted from what he didn't do that night. And that was the problem. Had they would have acted right, shook his hand, cheered, I would have probably had more critique.
So you think if the Democrats stood up last night and clapped for everything that Trump said?
I'm going to tell you what I think, bro. I'm going to tell you what I think.
Yeah.
What I'm trying to explain to you is this, right? What I'm trying to share with you guys is this. No matter how you look at it, for the last 12 years, okay, let's just say 12 years, Donald Trump has not only educated people, he's basically kept, and I'm not saying because of the type of president he was. I'm saying he made people pay attention. I'm saying,
okay, yeah, there you go. He has done that.
He put a lot of money in people's pocket when they didn't have nothing to talk about. I've watched YouTubers come out talking about hip hop, switched over to politics, came back to Donald Trump. Now is on. They got a whole team of people. They got millions of followers. All of this happened in the last 12. This is what I'm trying to share with y'all. It don't have nothing to do with anything else. You guys don't give this man his props. He
Every time I
changes
bash
the
Trump, I get
game.
followers.
He makes you think. And no matter whether you hate him or love him, he puts you in a better position.
So that's true. Yeah,
no matter what you're doing. No matter what you're doing. Especially if you're in this game. If you're online and you're talking about this man, you got followers. Because you got a whole lot of people that's like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. And they like button.
Trump can't do any wrong in your eyes. It doesn't matter.
Bro.
That's what it is.
That's
You're the grand wizard of the MAGA cult.
From?
That's what
Where
you
did
are.
that come from?
You are the grand wizard of MAGA.
Out
what
of
you
all
learned.
that, that's what you got.
Okay, all right,
But Nora,
okay, guys,
wait,
guys.
Nora,
Let
Nora,
me
can I ask you a question
let
real
me
quick?
answer. Let me answer. Let me go back to what K Dot said. So to be clear, I had critiques about what Trump said because he wasn't giving a clear pathway to how certain things were going to be done, and
He
I'm
never
still
did.
waiting for prices to go down. Like that's like my number one thing, and I'm a little disappointed on his position with Gaza and Israel. So those are my two biggest critiques of him. I'll be honest with you because the genocide is happening, and I'm sick of us giving billions and billions and billions and billions and billions and billions and billions of dollars to fund it. We've given more money to Israel than we have Ukraine, and that has been the focus. So that's my two complaints with him. Now, going back, however, someone said, what about MTG and Laura screaming at Karen? Yeah, they are they're idiots. I don't like them. So anyways, I'm going to agree with you on that. But the point I'm making is I didn't want them to cheer everything he said, but have decency. CNN even said, this is unprecedented. We've never seen this in our history where they can't even shake his damn hand. Come on, grow up. That's the problem. We are looking weak as a country. We are divided. We are not looking strong around the world. We need to have some sort of civility and respect. And it's disgusting.
Why
Yeah,
did y'all
I
talk
said
like
it.
this when Biden was president? Why didn't
We
y'all
did
do this?
talk like
No,
this.
you didn't. Margie Taylor Greene, all of these,
Ray, don't
they
shake your
called him
head. When we
Sleepy
started this
Joe. Y'all
podcast in June,
disrespected him.
did I
Y'all called
not
her a
call out Marjorie
DEI
Taylor
candidate.
Greene?
Y'all called her a
I
DEI.
said she was trash.
You may have called out Marjorie Taylor Greene, but what the disrespect that Joe Biden has gotten when he was in office, I mean, come on. And then like the type of person Trump is, it's not like Trump is this nice, friendly guy, and then people just treated him like trash. Trump is an a-hole, and then it's like, oh my gosh, why do they treat Trump like this? Like, come on, he invited some of it onto his own self.
Bro, he has bashed everybody from and wished death on people.
Except
he wished
Putin.
death on
He won't
Hillary
bash
Clinton. He told us, oh, I don't know, she's black one minute, she's Indian another. He runs with shit all the time, bashing people and disrespecting
That'd be
people.
facts, though.
It doesn't matter. He's bashing people all the time. But we're supposed to have some civility when we talk about the fact that he was friends with Epstein, that he's on those Katie Johnson files. That we're supposed to.
Clinton was friends with Epstein too.
So Clinton,
Clinton wrote the check multiple times.
I didn't vote for Clinton. Clinton's not president. I didn't vote for Clinton. This all came out after the fact.
You didn't vote for Trump either.
No, because he admitted to going into girls' locker rooms to look at girls.
So what's the
Teenage girls?
Teenage
bragged
girls.
about it.
He's admitted to
On
wanting
Howard
to
Stern.
sleep with his own daughter. He's admitted to
my
robbing the
God.
American people. He's admitted to like saying racist shit.
stole from a
and
kid's
y'all
cancer
voted
fund.
for him.
Don't forget that.
Okay, wait.
How come it's only DEI when the Democrats
Pivot.
say it's DEI?
No,
No, because we talked about DEI.
defense
I'm not pivoting. You guys were talking. I was chilling. I just wanted to say
No one
something.
mentioned DEI, did there?
No, K-Dot said something about DEI.
I said y'all called the first female president a DEI hire,
Right.
even though she's one of the most accomplished
And that's why I brought it
people
out.
to serve. She's a senator,
Right.
an aide, attorney general,
But-
district attorney, lawyer. She's one of the most accomplished individuals.
My question is for K-Dot and
She's a
Greg.
woman now.
And you too, Jay. This is my
Yeah.
question in regards to DEI. Ain't no pivoting. Okay. I just got a question. How come the DEI thing only matters when the Democrats say it matters? And here's my point. When
No one brought it up until Trump was president. No one even thought about it.
Hold on. I ain't finished. Let me
No one
finish.
even thought about it.
Chill out, Democrat. Let me finish. When
not
Kamala
Democrat.
Harris picked her VP, he was white. Nobody said nothing. When everything the black people do, Kendrick Lamar did a whole show all black. It's got to be black this, black that. There's no DEI. White people could dance too. Why wasn't no white people in there? Nobody said nothing. Kamala Harris.
Oh yes, they did. No, white people said
The
something.
white people were pissed.
I
Republicans
know.
were furious.
No. The logic. No. You're
No.
right. I'm talking about the Democrats.
Oh, I see
I'm
what
talking about
you.
the
So
Democrats.
you think
I'm talking about the
hold on.
Democrats.
Who's the biggest benefactor?
Kamala got a white husband.
Who's the
Nobody
biggest?
said nothing.
No one cares. Who's the biggest
No one
benefactor?
cared. No one brought up DEI until Trump was president.
Right. No, answer this question. I'm answering. Listen, Slim. Who's the biggest benefactors of DEI?
White women.
White women.
Right. Who's next on that list?
I don't know. You tell me.
Military service members. You want to know where black people land on DEI hires and DEI
Number
space?
7.
Yes, we are.
All right,
No. Let me finish. You wanted to know DEI has nothing to do with skin color.
Thank you.
It has nothing to do
Thank
with skin
you.
color.
I'm
so
with
when
you 100%.
okay, so
but they campaigned
but
it
the
like
only
they did.
hold on,
But
no,
K-Dot,
but the only
they
time
convincing black people that it does. They
No,
are.
right.
They.
No
I've
one
seen
is
them do it.
doing
I've
that.
seen I've seen Jasmine Crockett do it.
Listen,
Plenty
what
of
I'm
times.
saying is, but the only way it's used negatively is when the Republicans see a black person doing something. No one called Trump a DEI hire when he wasn't qualified to be president the first time.
So
He
your
wasn't
boy-
qualified to be
so
president
you
the
telling
first
me,
time.
K-Dot, you telling
Was
me your
Trump
boy
a
Al
DEI?
Sharpton,
Was Trump
your boy
a DEI?
Al Sharpton is basically calling the blackout for white women?
Was Trump a DEI hire
what
when
he
he first
doing?
got elected president?
I'm asking you a question.
I was asking you this first. Is Trump a DEI hire when he first got elected president?
No, the people voted for him.
Okay, so the people voted for him, so they felt he was qualified for the job.
Yeah.
No one said anything. So why is it that when a black person tries to do something, it's time
He
DEI
lost the popular
hire?
vote. They didn't vote for him.
Why is it a DEI hire? Why is she? Why is he calling her that,
bro?
I'm asking you. The
You're
only
basically
time people
proving
talk
my
about
point. What I'm trying to tell you is,
I'm not.
DEI shouldn't matter like they think it matters, and they highlighted it to basically be a black
No one thought it
and
mattered until
white
Trump was
issue.
president.
Right.
What
That's
I'm saying is, it's not a black and white issue. DEI is for the trans and things like that.
Nuance
It's
and
not
context.
about the black community.
Hold on. They're allergic to it. Nuance and context. They're allergic to it.
Okay, so that's
All
my
right,
point.
guys.
But they
I'm literally
highlighted
gonna
it and they
pivot.
ran on their campaign.
I'm
Let me
gonna
ask a Slim,
pivot.
before you go, Norm, ask a Slim question, because with Slim, what I'm gonna pivot. I realized with Slim and other voters, they weren't into politics. Trump came out, made politics entertaining and like something to easily digest, and Trump changed their outlook on the world. And
That's
Slim, I can
100%
respect
fact.
that. I'll put that.
100% fact. That's why I say I was involved with the next new rap song, what Jay-Z song was coming out, and I thought I was a Democrat until I did my research, and here I am today.
So Trump is what made you do that research.
Actually, my business partner made me do research because he was a Trump supporter at the time. And I was like, why you like Trump? He racist. I was still saying the same thing people say, the Central Park Five.
Which is
I
true.
had the same arguments. So when people asked me why I ain't like him, I kept saying the same thing. The same thing everybody else was saying. And they were like, damn, you watch too much news. I'm like, I don't be watching the news. But then I started to realize, damn, I do get all that from CNN. I got to start watching CNN. Like, I started seeing all this stuff, bro. This is what I'm saying. I just woke up. That's it. I was following my parents. I did what my parents and their parents were doing. That
So
was
you
it.
woke? You woke?
100%.
He woke, so we good.
100%.
We good.
He's woke.
We got him.
He's
Go
woke.
ahead,
We
Norm.
got him.
No, I'm awake, not woke. It's a big difference.
It's a big difference.
The
Big difference.
The last clip of the night is taking it back to our topic with Andrew Tate. He said the reason why the deep state was coming after him, Ron DeSantis is the deep state. He's now going to support Byron Donalds. Let's see what Byron Donalds had to say about going after Andrew Tate and investigating him.
Current Attorney General of Florida has announced he's opened a criminal investigation against Andrew Tate and his brother Tristan because in Romania, where they just came to Florida from, there were charges of rape, sex with minor, and trafficking, human trafficking. Do you support the Attorney General's actions here?
I do. I think those allegations have to be fully investigated, and then we go from there. The key thing is we don't tolerate the trafficking of women or, frankly, the abuse of women. We do not tolerate that. So if the Attorney General finds cause under Florida law to investigate that, then I wish him the best, and I support whatever he's going to do on that matter.
Are Andrew and Tristan Tate welcome in Florida?
No, quite frankly, not. Because if you listen to some of the dialogue, I find it to be demeaning and disgusting. That's not about being an alpha male. It's not about being a strong man. What they stand for, in my view, is something totally different.
So just to remind everyone, Byron Donalds is the candidate that's running for governor that Trump will be backing, MAGA will be backing. The rumor has it Ron DeSantis' wife, Casey DeSantis, may be running. 85, I think he made it clear that not Trump, but he's not supporting that. My final question of the night to you is Andrew Tate and the Tate brothers, welcome to Florida. And after everything you've seen tonight, do you still stand on that?
Man, I'm gonna leave that alone because I don't respect the minor thing. Byron Donalds, man, I respect that dude so much. I got a lot of respect for Byron, man, and I think his brain is phenomenal. So That's tough, man. I was hoping you saved me for last, because when I heard Byron Donalds, I was like, damn.
So your eyes finally opened.
I mean, I'm gonna start looking more into it now. You know what I'm saying? Keep in mind, like, listen, you know, I'm all about aggression. I'm all about masculinity. Now, I'm never gonna act like I know everything. I'm never gonna sit there and play that card. I can't do that. What I do know is morals. You know what I mean? So when a dude breaks morals, you know, you got to definitely, you know, look up to that and do what you got to do. So if that's the case, hey, I'm gonna stand on what I stand on. The children come first, and if this dude is convicted, he gets everything he's deserving. If not, they got to prove why not. That's it. I mean, I can't be the judge on that, but I don't support it. No, 100% no.
Jay, what's your closing thoughts on Andrew Tate and the topic tonight?
I gotta say, honestly, I thought I was a little surprised and kind of a rare moment of being actually impressed with Ron DeSantis, because I thought Ron DeSantis would kind of be like open arms, honestly. I kind of always got that. I kind of always thought that. No offense, but just given their track record, like with Trump and such, I just thought that, like, you know, a little human trafficking charge wouldn't really phase a Republican governor. But I was impressed with Ron DeSantis at the fact that they refused him entry, and I definitely think that. But do I think that Andrew Tate's going to be convicted of any crimes? Absolutely not. I think he's going to go back to the UK and just live out his life and still be, you know, radicalizing young men and just spend time, you know, spreading, like, you know, toxic masculinity propaganda, and he's not going to face any consequences. Why? Because he's a rich guy, and that laws don't apply to them, and it just doesn't happen, unfortunately.
K. Dot, tell us your closing words, and then I'll let everybody know about your show topic as well for tonight.
My closing thoughts: fuck it. Let all the predators be in charge. Make them kings. Fuck it. Hegseth, Matt Gaetz, Trump, they can all just run the goddamn country into the ground. I don't care anymore. America has lost its mind. I am sick of it. I don't know why it's so hard to just be like, hey, this guy has very questionable character. I know why do you need to be convicted? Because
it's a deep state. When it's not them. They're not bad people. It's a deep state. Everyone's out to get them.
And the reason why it's like that is because y'all will sit here and tell me Joe Biden's a weirdo for this and that. And hey, I'll agree with you. It's weird shit, man. It's weird. But y'all will never call your own out for this shit. And there's this double standard, and why morals and character don't matter. You should not be voting for a man, thinking about dealing with a man or woman who has done questionable shit with children on videotape multiple times. What are we talking about? It makes no sense, but we're going to continue to talk about this right after here, 9:30 p.m. Eastern, wherever you are, on my TikTok live and my YouTube at dem_K. DEM_K. The YouTube, if you don't have TikTok, is Democratic K. That's KDOT. That is my YouTube. I'll be live there at 9:30. I watch both chats, so if you want to enter the conversation, please just drop a message. I'll ask it to me, the panel, whatever. But I am fed up with the lack of morality on the right, but yet they call us the demonic side. But I can name several people who are currently charged or have been investigated or paid off somebody for a sexual assault. But we're the demonic side. I need y'all to think about that. That's it.
Gray, what's your closing thoughts?
I think you can't bring up red pill when you bring up Andrew Tate. You have to say that. And it seems like that there's like some positives and some cons from this movement. It makes me think about a person who we all know on the cast who's vulgar. The host of the Man Cave, who said multiple times how red pill changed his life and made him go down a different path. So I mean, it's some goodness to this, where it's making guys feel like they can take control of their lives. But I think we need to look at the underlining of like how dangerous this red pill can be. Like Slim, yeah, for you just voted for Trump, you got into politics, but there's other guys that are taking this red pill stuff and it's turning into hate and violence. So we need to find some type of happy medium. It needs to be some type of scientific study to like keep this under control.
Wow.
I got a question though, really quick.
Go ahead.
Harvey Weinstein, Puff Daddy, Jeffrey Epstein, Giselle Maxwell. Anybody know what a Democrats or Republicans? Just want to know. Okay. That's it. That's all I got.
Kidot, you're muted.
You on mute.
Did any of them hold office? Did we vote for any of them? Did we put them in power?
There's a justification.
Did we vote for them?
You don't want to
No,
take
what the justification is, I would never vote for them to be in power.
Bill Clinton was in power.
Hey, what Andrew Tate voted for? Andrew Tate ain't in power.
Andrew, what we keep talking about, the guy that you voted for is literally a convicted sexual offender.
About this guy
he's been found liable for it.
82 million voted for this guy.
82 million, no. 82 million did not vote for him.
Oh yeah,
no,
my bad. I might have the numbers off, but he did win.
No.
I love it.
I told you, MAGA Grand
You
Wizard,
lost
bro.
too. We just were able to understand it.
Right.
No, we won.
Right.
You lost. Trust me. You lost.
Oh God. Okay. So my closing words is I've said enough, but please follow us on YouTube at The New Party, and also follow us on X. We will be back here Monday night, live streaming Monday through Thursday at 8 p.m. Monday and Wednesday is The Man Show, and Tuesday and Thursday is The New Party. So if you're not already following us, please come give us a follow. If you didn't hit the like button, I'm giving you the reminder. Please hit the like button. Yeah. So, and also go check out K-Dot's live on TikTok if you want to be a part of the continued conversation. And like we always say on The New Party, always vote.
Always vote. Sure. Y'all have a good.
Introducing The New Party. We live stream Monday through Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.